Hello, come on and take a walk with me and let's see what's on the shop floor today. Spring has sprung, the weather's nice, and we're seeing an uptick in activity. All good news. First up is this bucket elevator that we're just finishing. This one's 56 foot tall and we're leaving it in two sections to facilitate shipping. And in this shot you can see the diverter gate at the top of it. It has an actuator that allows us to direct the material into one or two paths out of the bucket elevator. This is a very typical bulk material handling job for us. The customer specifies the height, material, performance, etc., and we take the design, engineering, and construction from there. Next up is this 30,000 CFM Devansco wet air scrubber. 30,000 is on the large end of these, although we often make 50,000 CFM units. And this particular one is being done in stainless for a medical devices company. These units are frequently used with wheel abrader or blast pro units and also often with die casting operations. They have a distinct advantage over a baghouse of being able to withstand higher heat, particulates, and air. When they're set up properly, they can remove materials and contaminants in the air down to a micron. This one's obviously under construction as it nears completion and all the components get attached. I'll try and do another video to give more of an explanation as to how it works. Our JT Fabrication division, as well as making self-dumping hoppers and bins, makes lugger and roll-off truck bodies. Here we've got a completed body ready to go on a chassis. We put these on the chassis, attach and plumb all the hydraulics and the wiring, etc., and then prime and paint. We usually have a body in stock, so it can give very fast turnaround on installing it on your chassis and getting it on the road. Another project are these clamshell gates. This is a 36-inch clamshell gate and it's going to a steel mill. These are typically found at the bottom of a hopper and are actuated by air or hydraulic to open and close the bottom of the hopper so that material flow can be controlled. Here's the belt and buckets for the bucket elevator. There's many ways to do this, however this particular one is a rubber belt with cast buckets. For smaller bucket elevators, we would assemble the entire thing in-house. However, this one requires field assembly because it's too long to go on a typical flatbed truck. There's always something interesting going on in the Herculox side. Herculox repair and maintenance, and the first job we're working on today is some work on our own horizontal boring mill. The guys have narrowed the problem down to a faulty switch, and we'll have the automatic drawbar working again in no time. Here's a small job we're working on. This is part of a crane, and these flanged wheels run on rails. Time has taken its toll, and one of the flanges is pretty worn. We're going to build that back up with weld and then turn the wheel and the flange to the correct profile. This is the second of two cone crushers we're rebuilding. There are several cracks in this that we will repair as well. The center ring at the top that's kind of outlined by the die penetrant needs to be pressed out, built up with weld, and then a new interference fit created using liquid nitrogen for the assembly. That's kind of a fun process. I think I'll do a video on that. Here's a locking repair we're just finishing up. The boss, the top part sticking out of this gearbox, was broken, almost completely detached, and being cast iron, it's a challenging part to fix. Welding is problematic at the best of times with cast iron, and introducing that much heat into this gearbox could cause all kinds of movement and warpage, which would be a disaster. So we used our locking technique, one of our specialties, to reattach the boss. Locking is a cold cast iron repair technique. It's where the name Herculox comes from, and it's just a fantastic technique to use in repairs that otherwise would be extremely challenging. That's it for today. Thanks very much for watching. Let us know if we can help with something.